this idea of voter suppression. Don't think they're finished with what they're doing. And I think it's going to be important for all of us to watch it, keep track of it, and report on it, and report on irregularities in what's going on. We've seen so much of it. What's going on in Florida. This is how all this noise came up this week about the Attorney General. What's his the attorney Holder, Eric Holder. What's going on in Congress with all the questions they're asking of him and calls for his resignation is all sleight of hand. And it's because he put a stop to the voter suppression in Florida that this has come about. It's a distraction. And they're going to keep doing these kinds of things. And believe you me, there's going to be all sorts of irregularities happen in Ohio. We know it's going to happen, but we have to be vigilant. And we have to speak up. We need more people in office to speak up and call on it. I know, Jeff, you've been talking about this all week long, and we just have to speak up and be vigilant.
You know, we've lucky enough on the Revolution Radio Network to be the only live progressive voice in the afternoon drive in the top 4 swing states: Ohio, Florida, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire. There are others as well. We're also in Virginia. The fact is that what has happened, and this, you know, look, we can get out there and, you know, you can leave here today scared and, you know, be, oh my God, what am I going to do? But let's just think about this for a second. What is happening, and this is planned by the Koch brothers, planned by ALEC, which Koch brothers funds. They are going into every swing state, and they are basically trying to figure a way to take college students off the rolls, senior citizens, asking them to have 6 or 7 IDs. We had a caller from Boca Raton, Florida, who had registered with their license and a birth certificate. Now they're requiring 3 other forms of IDs. Where's she going to get these from? She's 80 years old. They're doing it in Pennsylvania. Just to give you an example of this. The governor, who used to be the attorney general, a guy named Corbett, in Pennsylvania, said, and they have recordings of this, we're trying to get our hands on it actually, he said that the only way we can win in Pennsylvania is we got to make sure that Philadelphia doesn't vote. Now, let me just explain. This is the difference of the new racism. You know, if it was Bull Connor, he would have said we have to prevent the blacks from voting. But Corbett said Philadelphia. Now, just think about this. Philadelphia is a majority African-American city. The African-American mayor, represented by African-American congressmen like Chaka Fattah, who's on our show all the time. So the concept is we got to stop blacks from voting. That's the only way we can win. Well, first of all, that's a hell of an indictment on the Republican Party, because they have no way to win normally, legally. But this is what is at stake. And people across the country, you all have relatives and friends and neighbors that live in Pennsylvania and Florida and New Hampshire and Virginia, all these places where the election is going to be decided. I think the president's going to win. But as Michael was referring to, the big part of it is getting people engaged in the process, getting registered to vote now. I mean, the little things like going to your city hall or town hall and making sure that you're registered in that precinct and you can verify it, because it may very well be Florida on steroids come November, and we can't afford to have that. No, I mean, this would be insane. So it's critical. And what he was saying, Bob was saying back in 2004, you guys went through it. Florida went through it in 2000. We had a President Gore, and then became President Bush. And look what that happened in 8 years. The worst president we've ever had in this country. So we just have to really do it. But I think that there are solutions, and the solutions are to protect Eric Holder. And, you know, they're going to try to call him a crook, and they're going to try to basically disparage him. But if we back him and say, look, this man was what's holding up the integrity of the voting system of the United States of America. And that's what's true, because look, what they're trying to do now with this circus that they're doing, with this Fast and Furious, I'm still waiting for the movie trailer. The fact is that this is just a way to say, and Nancy Pelosi said it the other day. We played it on our. This is a reason that they are basically trying to destroy him and destroy President Obama. So when it comes time and the race is close, the mainstream media wants it because they get the corporate buys from Mitt and his company. The corporation disguised as a human being. Mitt Romney, we know him well in Massachusetts, where I'm from. And what's going to end up happening here is it's going to get close. And everybody say, oh, it's real close now. It could be anybody's game. Obama's ahead, but Romney's close. It's like a horse race. And then, all of a sudden, 1 million people, African Americans, Latinos, college students, all of a sudden, they can't vote. Oh, well, that's just because they weren't encouraged to vote. Obama, a lot of people didn't vote because 2010, he didn't promise everything. So we're not going to investigate this. We're just going to say Romney won and shut up, like they did in 2000 in Florida, like they did in 2004. So it's really important to promote, protect, and keep VKO on the air and support Revolution Radio Network and all the other talent that are on this great station.